All right, got some TSSZ news as you can see down there. TSSZ, which is whatever. I can't pronounce. I don't know the full name of it. the Sonic, I guess the Sonic something zone. I'm sorry, TSSZ. I don't know your name fully well. But basically, Tristan Oliver today reports, and the title says it. Well, saying you'll see the link in the description box, but the title basically says from Tristan Oliver, Ian Flynn, the current writer, acknowledges, quote, there's going to be some changes with Sonic Comics' future. Well, quote, there's going to be some changes with the Sonic Comics' future, unquote. And then the subtitle under that says, quote, in bold, and this obviously is Ian Flynn talking, there's nothing the fans can do about it. Now, this is what Tristan reports. And again, I'll provide a link to this and where Ian has spoke about this, because he did finally appear on his forums talking about this. But this is what Tristan Oliver reports, and he says, as in the article, I quote, and he says in the article, I quote Tristan Oliver, this is what he says. The heavy edits made to Sonic issue 244 last month were a shock to the system to many longtime readers, especially when word reached that Archie Comics and former writer Ken Penders, in principle, agreed to key settlement terms regarding numerous disputed copyrights related to the comics. We remain unaware as to whether that agreement has been finalized. So they have no idea. So basically, we don't know yet. I'm pretty sure we all know this. We don't know yet what the agreement was, what the settlement was what settlement was agreed upon. Now, continuing on with Tristan's reports here, and I quote Tristan again. But since last month's unexpected discovery, more edits have been found by fans, in particular edits made to Sonic Super Special number 6, where a page from an included backstory was outright cut. That edit allegedly included the presence of Linda, one of the characters under dispute. That, paired with increased frustration and uncertainty among fans, has prompted current comic writer Ian Flynn to concede on his forums that things are not going to be the same with the series from now on. Flynn has also asked for reactive behavior among his formers to temper. And this is what Ian Flynn says, and I'll provide the link down below. This is what he says, and we'll get to it, I think, in a second, if I can find it. Here's what Ian Flynn said today at 3:26 p.m. according to my time slot. This is what he said. I expect folks, this is Ian Flynn, this is on his forums, and again I'll provide the link down below. This is what Ian Flynn said, this is what they're talking about over at the TSSZ, this is what Tristan Oliver is reporting. And I quote, this is what Ian Flynn says, and I quote, I expect folks to show some maturity and restraint. Flipping out, fretting, and creating myriads of doomsday scenarios does not flipping out, fretting, and creating myriads of doomsday scenarios does nothing positive. If folks want to create a self-perpetrating ball of panic or perpetrated ball of panic and gloom, they could do it somewhere else. To boil it down to a couple of points, one, regardless of what's going on, there's nothing the fans can do about it. What will happen, and that's all there is to it. Two, the comic isn't going anywhere. The SatAM cast isn't going anywhere. I'm plotting out the end of the Naga subplot, short-term plans for post-crossover 2013, and long-term plans for years after. There's going to be some changes. That's beyond my control and the fans' control. You can either accept that with a modicum of decorum, or decorum, or you can frail and panic. Only one of those options is going to be tolerated here. I'm not asking folks to be happy about it. I'm just asking you to be mature about it. That's what Ian Flynn said. Now, going back to the article by Tristan, we just read what he said. Now, Tristan does conclude that Ian Flynn did assure fans the comic itself is not in danger, and noted he is working on plans for both short and long term, like what I just read to you. Now, continuing on towards the end, because we just read what Ian Flynn said, this is what he says. The flip side is that while events detailed in Sonic 44 did not necessarily close the door on so many characters, these remarks almost certainly do. Okay, so basically what he's saying is that because of Ian Flynn's remarks of what's going on, any indication of probably getting the characters like Julie Sue and Linda back into the status quo are probably not going to happen. But then again, folks, we pretty much know that anytime something like this happens, they don't necessarily tell you how long, what the plans are, throughout all this. Pretty much, we just got to wait it out. I'm sure Ian Flynn knows something. I'm pretty sure he does. And maybe Paul Kaminsky knows. But they're not telling us. So, we'll just have to wait and see. And if the characters do come back, I'm pretty sure Ian will come out and say, yeah, we did find out they were coming back. Will pretty much come out and say something along the lines that they knew they were coming back. They had a feeling. They just didn't want anybody to go crazy just yet in case something wasn't going to happen. So we'll just have to wait and see what occurs, what the settlements are. I pretty much feel that the settlements are going to be, we'll get the characters back, but it's going to be something that again is going to alter things in some ways, and not to Ian Flynn's liking. I'm just saying. I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, hey, that's me. But I've got a feeling something positive is going to come out of this. Something positive is going to come out of this. In fact, one fan responded to Ian Flynn here and says, one fan on his site says this. He says, but there are some things fans can do. If we, the fans, can give KP, Ken Penders, enough bad publicity, we might be able to give some leverage to Archie's legal team. Ken Penders needs to make money like everybody else, and if we can get enough people to boycott his stuff, If we can get enough people to boycott his stuff, he'll have make peace with Archie's Sonic community, who are really the ones who would buy the Lalaksu Chronicles if it was ever published. So while I do agree that everybody needs to calm down and stop with the reboot nonsense, but to say there's nothing the fans can do is simply wrong. All voices and money can have an impact on the settlement. And that was by someone called The Sonic Underground. So, yeah. But basically that's the report. Basically, take it for what you will. I'm sure a lot of people hearing about this are not going to be too happy about it. But take it for what you will. And I'll talk to you all later. Comment and video respond down below. Peace out. And MJ Knight, I'd like to hear what you have to say about it.